Hi everyone, good morning. This is Mark, and welcome to today's episode of e-Skwela. So today we'll be discussing assessment for online teaching and learning. Um, I'm very excited because I'm with a friend and colleague, and we've been working together for the last 10 years in the fields of language and technology and learning. So without further ado, let me welcome Diana Elishago from the Dalasal College of St. Benilde. Hi, Diana.
Hello. Good morning. Globe morning to
Globe
everyone.
morning. Globe morning. So, kamusta ka naman? Welcome back to Eskwela.
Ito po yata. Joke. Ne,
I think,
10 taon na pala.
yeah, I know. Sobrang bilis ng panahon. So, guys, if you do not know, Diana here heads the coaching and capacity building of the Center for Educational Technologies of the De La Salle College of St. Benilde. So, this has been a very challenging time for us to, of course, discuss one of the most prevalent areas in the teaching and learning sphere, which is assessment. So even pre-COVID naman, no, it's one thing that teachers, professionals, and students avoid because when we say assessment, first thing na pumapasok sa isip natin would be exams, tests, ganyan, and activities inside the classroom. But it is more challenging now because um, it's a global crisis. We are challenged in terms of our capacity to navigate technology. We are also challenged in terms of our resources. So I can't wait for you to discuss the different techniques that you will be sharing to us today in terms of assessment for online teaching and learning.
Right. Yeah, thanks Mark. Ako rin excited ako. I'm super excited to share with you um, my talk today. Primarily because I'm also excited to use these in Benilde, no? So so yon. I think sana exciting for everyone.
So before pala mag-start si Diana, dear teachers and our viewers, I'd like you to stay tuned because for those who are or who have registered today, you will be getting certificates of attendance and participation. Plus, we will be choosing five winners. So we're going to be choosing five winners for those who will be asking questions later. And each of you will get a surprise gift from Globe. Okay, so please stay tuned and prepare your questions as we proceed to the lecture of Miss Diana Elisharago. Take it away, Diana.
All right. So yeah, good morning again, everyone. The topic that falls to me is assessment. I think, ano ba, sawang-sawa na yung mga teachers kapag pinag-uusapan ng assessment, and yet this is one of the very important topics that we need to discuss, especially now when we're doing online teaching and learning. No, because I think everyone is grappling. So how do we translate all of the things that we used to do in a traditional classroom to online? And we're gonna have some real talk. We're gonna talk about real issues today. So hindi lang siya puro theory, puro lip service. We're gonna try and really delve into the real issues and try to solve them. Okay, so as Mark said, hello, my name is Diana. I am the head of coaching and capacity building for the Center for Educational Technologies of De La Salle College of St. Benilde. If you want to email me after this session, go right ahead. My email is right here. And just to give you a brief overview, before I became the head of coaching and capacity building, I have been I've been a teacher for the longest time. Um, and I've taught side by side with Mark in some classes in Benilde. And it, what can I say? It doesn't really get easier, does it? I don't know. Is that comforting? Maybe not. Mm. But um, let's try and delve into some real talk first, diba? Before we go into talking about assessment and all that, let's talk about what the issues we're facing right now. So magpakatotoo muna tayo. Um, for example, real talk. Sino ba talaga tinuturuan natin ngayon sa online? Yung anak o yung magulang? This has been an especially um, salient question for me because I have a lot of friends who are parents now and their children are of school age, and parang pare-pareho sila ng problem, pare-pareho sila ng sinasabi na pag nagsa-school na yung anak nila, pag nag-online na yung anak nila, sila rin nag-aaral na. And even after kasi tinututor pa nila, 'di ba? Tapos parang if the kid loses interest, then it's the parent who pushes the child para mag-focus. So, pagod na pagod yung mga magulang. Tayo rin naman pagod na pagod, 'di ba? Kasi we're trying to think of different ways how to engage them in class. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And a lot of times when they work only for a short time, and the students lose interest, and it just goes back to, to chaos sometimes, lalo na kung lower levels yung tinuturuan natin, di ba? So, tanungin natin muna mga sarili natin. Let's do some introspection. Okay? Sino ba talaga tinuturuan natin ngayon? Mga anak o yung mga magulang? Sino ba naka-enroll? Diba? Another, real talk. Sigurado ka bang nakikinig pa sila sa'yo kapag nakababad kayo sa video conference? Kasi dami ko na rin nababalitaan na inuutakan na ng mga bata yung mga teachers nila as young as 7 or 6 years old. They would take a picture or a still of themselves or a video of themselves. Parang I think picture tapos ginagawa nilang profile yun dun sa video conferencing application. So akala ng teacher nandun pa sila sa unahan nakikinig or nagbabasa when in fact nakahiga na yung bata or naglalaro na or doing something else, di ba? So how can we guarantee that our students are really still focusing on us or on what we're talking about or are still learning? Right? Ayan, hindi ka pa ba nagkaka-Zoom fatigue? To be honest, ako meron na po. Matagal na. When the pandemic hit in March and everything closed down, our little office didn't stop working. In fact, we worked parang 24/7 almost because we had to support our teachers who had to transition immediately to online, had no choice, and most of them didn't have any knowledge on how to do this. And after that, we have to think of ways on how to continue, how to not just get them across and finish one term, but how do we move on from this, and what do we do now that we still can't go and see each other face to face, diba? So, and honestly, ako po, I've been having Zoom fatigue. So, I'm sure kung ako meron na, kayo rin meron na. No? At mga estudyante natin, baka meron na rin. Mga parents, meron na rin yan. Okay? Another question, nako, ito. Gaano kadalas na mong iniisip na dinadaya ka na ng mga estudyante mo? When you give quizzes, when you give activities, how sure are you na sila yung gumagawa noon? How sure are you na walang cheating na nangyayari? Those are the big questions that I kept I kept having to answer as we were training our teachers. For those who are very, very new to online, yan ang unang problem, no? Wala silang tiwala. Walang tiwala sa estudyante, walang tiwala sa technology. Kasi totoo naman, when there's a will, there's a way, right? So, and even with technology, and especially if our students are more tech savvy than we are, it's going to be so much easier for them to find ways to circumvent our settings, our rules. And so, how do we address that? Hayaan na lang ba natin na ganun lang, na tutuloy lang natin ginagawa natin without really addressing the problem? So we're going to talk about that. Okay? And eto, excited pa ba kayo magturo ngayon sa panahon ng pandemya? I know for a lot of you, it's, people don't really see what the teachers are going through unless they have a teacher in their house. They have a teacher in their family. They don't know the difficulties that we all go through. We are humans as well. We go through a whole gamut of emotions, sometimes within a couple of minutes. 'Di ba? May anxieties na tayo, hindi lang ang estudyante, hindi lang ang magulang. Normal din sa atin mag-worry, 'di ba? Pero ang tanong, na-excite pa ba kayong magturo? Kasi para sa akin, importante 'yon. Para sa akin, kapag hindi ka na na-excite magturo, baka dapat di ka na magturo. Um, Personal ko lang 'yun, personal hugot ko yun. I told myself before that if I didn't enjoy teaching anymore, I have to stop. Why? Because it's going to affect our students, my students, and I don't want that. So, um, sila muna talaga dapat ang priority. So if you feel yourself, if I feel myself slipping, I need to transition and change careers. Good thing I'm still here. I'm still excited. But the question is, are you? How can we bring that back? Let's see. Okay? And last but certainly not the least, excited pa ba silang matuto? Are they still excited to learn at this time when there's so many distractions? For older kids, maybe they're going through a lot of emotional things. They can't see their friends. They can't go out. Um, they're not used to, or maybe they're still in the process of getting used to learning inside the house. Um, so nothing is normal. The new normal, nothing is normal. Diba? But so how can we bring back the excitement in learning among our students? Yun yung magandang tanong natin ngayon, diba? So we talk about assessment. Tinanong ko tong mga bagay na to because we're going to talk about assessment. And again, we can talk about assessment till kingdom come, but if we don't talk about the changes that we need to do in order to adapt, walang magbabago. Nothing's going to change. Okay, so here, so like I said, yeah, assessment, it's not rocket science. We all know how to do this, but when we do it really well, when we become effective, when our assessment strategies are effective, then our kids can fly. They can soar to incredible heights. Diba? Assessment, when we talk about assessment, ang usual problem natin is we are so focused on covering topics, covering the curriculum, making sure that everything on the laundry list has been gone through with our students. Pero ang tanong, effective ba? Natututo ba sila? Kailangan ba nila yung natututunan nila at this time? Are we putting the curriculum first and the student second? Hard questions. Now that we're outcomes based, right? Nahihit ba yung outcomes natin? How sure are we that the outcomes that the outcomes we've set are being met by each of our students with the assessment methods that we provide? With online learning, it's a total game changer. Hindi na siya parang sa classroom na magdi-drills lang kayo, okay na kayo, the scores, you're basta mataas ang grade ng bata, okay na siya. We have to look at the reality. What are we training our students for? They go to school to learn, to be prepared for the real world, right? To be prepared for real life, to be prepared for work in the future. Pero sa ginagawa natin ngayon, let's be honest, ask ourselves, okay? Kayo lang makakasagot nito, kayo lang makakalam na tamang sagot. Okay? Are we really preparing them for actual future work? Or for actual real life? The skills that we're building in the classrooms or in the virtual classrooms in this case, are we building them for real life, or are we just going through the motions as if nothing has changed? Right? So when we talk about assessment, again, we go back to the very basic, yung formative versus summative. The question is, what are we doing? Are we doing more of formative? Are we doing a balance of formative and summative, or are we doing more of summative? Kasi parang kanina na mention ni Mark, no? When you talk about assessment, we talk about quizzes, we talk about grades, we talk about the traditional ways of measuring assessment in or achievement inside the classroom. But let's look at this quote by Paul Black. When the cook tastes the soup, that's formative assessment. When the customer tastes the soup, that's summative assessment. I'm sure for most of you, you understand what this means, but let's look at the implication in real life. So, diba, informative assessment, you check and see, okay, or the student checks, you check together, or the peer students do peer evaluations because they're trying to see how they can improve. Diba? The soup hasn't left the kitchen yet, so you can still make improvements. It's not too late. There is no judgment yet. The judgment happens when it leaves the kitchen, it goes to the customer. At pagdating doon, wala na. No chance of redemption. It's pass or fail, it's good or bad. Um, and that's summative. And in real life, ganun din naman po yun, di ba? Kapag tapos na, wala ka na magagawa. So we have to look at the balance of how are we doing formative assessments in class. Baka naman puro leaning towards sa summative na tayo, no? We have to look at the process and not just the product, because after all, the quality of the product relies heavily on the process. If something's wrong in the process, then the product will not be as good, right? So there. So we talk about these activities. So we talk about what translates well to online. Again, I'm not saying na bawal mag-quiz. Hindi na maganda ang mag-quiz. Hindi na maganda magpa-exam. Yung mga usual na ginagawa natin sa traditional classrooms. Hindi naman ganon. It's not that. But there are some things that adapt better for online, or are better suited for online learning, because everybody's sort of like in a silo. May kanya-kanya, nasa kanya-kanyang bahay tayo. It's not really easy to see, to assess our students because we can't see them. So these are the recommended activities, or what we recommend in Benilde as well. Okay. So for example, discussions. Online discussions are really, really good because you get to exchange ideas. Mas malalim. Mas may chance for critical thinking. Okay. Socratic thinking, or giving open-ended questions. When you're doing your classes in a synchronous manner, do we just lecture, or do we pose important questions that our students are supposed to answer? O nagtatanong lang ba tayo pero tayo rin ang sumasagot nun? Dapat sila, di ba? So dapat ngibigay tayo ng mga open-ended questions. Let them answer. Let them think about how, oo nga naman, paano kaya? Then sila mag-share. Okay? It's no longer teacher-centric or student-centric now. Okay. Also, short video reflections are going to be really, really good because our students nowadays, they're very into tech and they really like expressing themselves, and they like to express their individuality. So let's give them that opportunity. Let's not make it too difficult for them. And I can show you how it's going to be a lot easier later, even for you. But short video reflections, like 1 to 2 minuters. So you get to really see that they're the ones talking, they're the ones sharing their ideas, and you can see the sincerity, you can feel the sincerity, you can hear it in their voice, you can see it in their faces, right? Makes you feel more connected somehow. Next, self-assessments. Yeah. Sa ngayon po, we have to be realistic. We can't keep giving them drills, and just expect that they're gonna do well. I think it's better if we give them opportunities to do self-assessment intermittently, so that they can also check if they're doing well or not. Next, peer reviews and peer assessments. For online, this is especially important that we teach our students how to give constructive feedback, to give meaningful feedback. Hindi lang yung oh, good job, oh, very good, or pangit. Ano ibig sabihin doon? Diba? So, learning is a social endeavor. They don't just learn from us. We learn from them. They need to learn from each other as well. Good ideas, great ideas are not, just from one person or just from the teacher. You'd be surprised at how deep sometimes our students are, and sometimes baka mas magaling pa sila sa atin mag-realize, mag-isip, no? So let's give them these opportunities to exchange ideas with their peers, to assess each other. So there. And then, of course, that comes with group collaborations. Hindi po impossible ang group collaboration sa online. Alam ko we are all struggling with the internet. It's a country thing. Or maybe it's a worldwide thing because I watched a webinar hosted by Finland and they're having trouble with their connections as well. So universal global problem siya. Okay. But again, group collaborations, basta kung gusto natin, pwedeng mangyari yan. Okay? We just have to find like a good balance for the context of our classes, for the context of our students, and what we need to accomplish and how they need to accomplish it. Okay. Open innovation projects. Okay. This one is really interesting because sa panahon ngayon na yeah, we're all trapped at home. Sometimes we feel a little helpless, but for me, one of the best things that, or one of the most helpful things that got me across, or got me to be less anxious, was knowing that I could do some things even in my own home that would help other people or help the community. So let's give them this chance as well. There are a lot of projects that we can do. Kahit pa sabihin yung medyo theoretical or medyo situational pa lang. Let's start with that, right? Let's give them real actual problems, actual situations. Let's have them pitch ideas on how to solve that problem coming from different angles, different perspectives. And maybe they can collaborate. And then maybe if the ideas are really, really good, then you can join nonprofit organizations, NGOs, and other groups of people who can help mobilize and make these ideas come true. They're not impossible. Okay. Also, yeah, games and interactive challenges. This is going to be really, really appreciated by the kids. But I'll show you how to do them. Okay. So, what do they have in common? Well, all of them are very active and participative. They require our students to be really hands-on. Okay. They are collaborative, creative. So it really challenges the students in not just to do one thing, but to really pull together all their prior knowledge, all their skills, and level up. Okay. They're complex because you're asking them to think outside of the box, to think critically, to think about solutions, or to share feelings and to empathize. These are complex things to do. And then, yeah, they're introspective. These activities allow you, even in your own home, to really sit and think and reflect. And if you ask the right questions, these will really, really push your students to the limits of learning, right? They're hands-on, of course. They're very interactive, okay? And feedback is something I think that our students really need. And with what I'm going to showcase in a while, feedback is going to be something that they're going to get a lot of. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. So try and feature about four tools that you can use. The first one is Quizlet. And Quizlet is an application. It's an online application. And there is a free version, and the free version I've used is already helpful. You don't need to purchase the paid version. Not yet. Okay, pag natuwa kayo ng sobra, siguro kung gusto ninyo, saka kayo mag-purchase. Okay, but for me, I'm gonna feature you the free tools na available sa ating lahat. Okay, so Quizlet is really nice because it helps build mastery. So it's speed and accuracy. And you can use this across all ages. Let me show you a quick video. Okay.
Quizlet offers free, simple tools to help you practice and master whatever you're learning. Prepping for a test, practicing a language, memorizing recipes. You can learn it all on Quizlet. Start, free to set new terms you need to learn. Or someone else. Then, study it. Quizlet's suite of fun activities and games, including flashcards, great for basic review. Learn to focus on what needs work. Test for practice quizzes. And match to compete for high scores. With Quizlet's free mobile apps, you can even study on the go and offline. So supercharge your studying and own your success by getting started on.
Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. I don't think I don't, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think the audio was shared for that. Um, okay, hold on. Okay. But let me do a quick demo. Let me just stop sharing for a while. Okay. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Let me take you to Quizlet now. Okay. All right. So, Quizlet, again, it's for free. You can download it. I hope everyone can see my screen now. Um, let me just minimize that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so Quizlet is a free application. I'm already in it, but what you can do is you can type in Quizlet, okay, and takes you to Google. Click nyo lang Quizlet, okay, and then log in. I log in. You can log in using Google, or you can log in using Microsoft Teams, or create a login. Okay, I've logged in with Google para mabilis. I don't think I need to show you that. Okay, but this is basically what it looks like. So you can build your class. If you can see here on the left side, you can start a class. I've started a class here, the Globe e-Skwela language class. Okay, I've also done a testing 1, 2, 3 class. But we're going to create, so you see here, you have sets, you have folders, and you have classes. See, sets, that's where you create your activities. Okay, so like if one set is like one, for example, one activity. Folders, if you have so many sets now, you want to rearrange, you want to organize, you can do that. For classes, yeah, this is where you can enroll your students. So, for example, let's create a set, shall we? In the Globe e-Skwela language class. So this is I created a Globe e-Skwela language class. Pardon me, language teacher kasi talaga ako. Okay. So I created a class. How do we create a class? Click create a class. Okay. And it's going to ask you to put in a name for the class, a description. You don't have to put in a description. And then you can check this. Allow your students to study sets and new members. Okay, can you see it? Nakikita niyo ba? Let me check if you can see it. There, okay. If you click this, then your students can also create their own activities, their own drills that they can share with other members in the class. Okay. And you have to put in the name of your school. Pinapa-register nila yan, and then create class. Okay. And then once you do, you have this. Okay. And you can edit it anytime using the icons right here. If you click the three, the more, you can edit. Okay. Or you can delete this, or you can remove members. Okay. Or you can add members. Yeah. Do folders. And then, of course, you can export it to Google Classroom if you want to, if you're using Google Classroom. Okay, if not, you can just direct them to this. Ma-access pa rin naman nila yan. Okay, so for example, here, in members, I have enrolled myself again using a different account, so I can see what the students are going to see. because this is a test account. And again, nakita nyo to, may accept, may ignore. So I just give the invite link right here. I just copy the invite link. I give it to my students, and they just go to this and they register. They ask for their email address and all that, and they're taken immediately to this class. But they can, before they can gain access, I, as the teacher, have to accept them first. So this is one of the ways that we can be sure or secure that our students are the only ones getting into our class and accessing our activities. Okay, so if I click accept, there, yay, I'm a student in the class. I'm the student in the class. Okay. And if you notice, there is also progress here. But if you click on progress, it's gonna only going to work if you have a paid account. So may limitations yung free, no? So syempre, um, this is a business after all. So if you want to enjoy the full features, which they have a lot of really nice features, then you have to pay. There's a premium. So you can look at the pricing. I'm not going to show you the pricing now. That's not my thing. But I'm going to show you how to use this for free. Okay. So assuming, yeah, we're already in this class, let's create a set. Let's create a test. Okay, so I created two tests here: animals, mga hayop, domestic animals. I really like animals. Oh, my brain is just focused on animals right now because that's all I see at home: animals. Okay, but let's try and create a set. Okay, paano ba? So, one. I'm gonna go in my class. Okay. And I am, yeah, it says here I only have one set. Okay. And I'm going to click this one, the plus sign. Yeah, add set, and then create a new set. Yep. Yeah, create my set. And I can select or create a new set. Gawa tayo bago, just so you can see. Okay, so for example, oops, okay, there. What's the title? Okay, I really like animals. I don't know. Okay. Let's say, okay. Oh, furry animals talaga. Oh, let's just recreate what I created earlier. No? So for example, farm animals, but we're going to try and learn the Filipino and the English terms for these animals, assuming this is like kindergarten or for a foreign language class. That's good word, right? Okay. You don't have to put in a description if you don't want to, but you can. But let's dive right in. Okay, so notice here, yeah, it's visible to everyone in my class. I can change that if I want to, if I'm not ready to show them that yet. And right now, it's only editable by me. But if I have another teacher in the course, I can invite them in here, and they can help me create sets or change certain things inside. Okay, but right now I'm the only teacher, so let's move on. Okay, so you see here you have what your term and you have your definition. So you can do vocabulary, or you can actually do math here, like equation and an answer. But since I'm a vocab teacher, I'm an English teacher. Let's put in okay. Okay, so notice here you have choose language. I'm gonna choose. This is gonna be English. Okay, and this is gonna be Filipino. Yeah, really interesting. Okay. So, again, the animals that come to mind. Cow, okay. And if you notice here, when I typed cow, there were choices of words. And let's select, okay? And I'm going to show you why it's important for us to select later. Okay, sa Filipino, ano ba ang cow? Baka. Okay. And let's put in an image so it's going to be easier for my students. Okay, let's put that in. Okay, I like that cow. Okay, you can even make this a multiple choice, notice. But right now, I just want this to be simple. Cow, baka. Okay, next. Okay, cow. So we have pig. And right here, what's pig? It's baboy. Okay, let's put in an image. Okay, this one is cute. Okay. So that's how you build your items. And when you're done, you click create. Okay. And I'll show you, just to save time, I'll show you what I've created earlier. Okay. So it takes you, yeah, so nice set, ready to share. Okay. So you can send this via email to your students and they can get the link and then they can start taking the activity or start answering the set. Or you can share it directly on Google Classroom, or if you're using Remind or Microsoft Teams if you want. Okay. But if you're not ready to share it yet, or you just want to check what your students are going to see. Okay. So let's click X. Okay. I'm going to go to, okay. I'm going to go to something that I made earlier. It's very similar to this one. I'm going to go click Quizlet. Okay. I created something that had more, just a little bit more. Okay. This one. Oh, this, sorry. Oh, I saved it in draft. Let me just go to the published one. Sorry. Puro animals. No? Okay. This one has been published. That's why you see a lock icon a while ago. Okay. So what does it look like? You have here on your right side, you have flashcards, learn, write, spell, test, match, gravity. These are going to be really fun. I'm going to show you. Okay. Kung flashcards, for example, it's just the beginning. We're still teaching vocabulary words. Okay. So cow, if they click on, they need to click on the flashcard. So cow is baka. Okay. They click on this again, cow, baka, repetition. And if they click on the arrow, move to the next, it's pig. What is pig in Filipino? Baboy. Okay. Again, pig, baboy. What about chicken? Manok. Okay. Fish, isda. There. So I created 4 items. Hindi mo ganun kadami. But just to show you. Okay. So the flashcards, right? And then if you click on learn, now these are where the drills come in. So there. Okay. So pig. It's a multiple choice. Pig. What is pig? Okay, it's baboy, and it's telling me it's correct. Okay. Chicken. Chicken is, for example, I'm a foreign student. Chicken is okay because I have a picture. Manok. Okay. Cool. Fish is isda. Okay. Cow is baka. So yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting perfect. Okay, so I can click any key to continue. I see an overview of my answers, and if I did well or not, I can see right here at the top. How many more are remaining? What I'm good at already, and what I need to improve on. Okay, um, and then press any key to continue. Now it's going to ask me to type in. So it's mastery, not just of terms, but also of the spelling. Okay, so pig. Pig is baboy. Answer. Yeah, I'm correct. Cow is baka. Yeah, correct. Chicken is manok. Okay, answer. Correct. Well, fish is, what if I say fish da? Hmm. Answer. Whoop. It's telling me, okay, study this one. You haven't mastered this yet. And then they're going to give me, okay, this is, you said fish da. The correct answer is isda. Okay. So I can press any key to continue. It's telling me, okay, yeah, I know this really well. This one I need to be familiar with. And it's again, yeah, it's telling me the isda thing. I need to review. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. It's telling me take a break and then go back again, do the drill again. Okay. So it encourages mastery. It's really nice. And if you click on write, it's going to ask you to, yeah, sorry. There. Okay. Now I have to spell it out. Okay, baka. Oh, it's in English, but I want it to be reversed. Paano ba yon? Because I'm already familiar with English. I want to learn Filipino. So I just click on options right here. Okay, on the lower left. Then I can shift now. Answer with Filipino. Okay, and I want exact answers. Yep. And then yeah, you notice this may audio on or off. I'll turn it on. Let's see if we can hear it. Okay. So let's restart.
Fish.
There. Did you hear it? Was there a sound? Yeah, it said fish. And then I'm going to type the Filipino. It's isda.
Pig.
Pig. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, diba? So the student hears the proper pronunciation even without having to um to record your voice and say pig. Okay. What if I say pig is manok? I got confused. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, study this one. Yeah, I said manok. Correct answer is baboy. Okay.
Cow.
Yeah, okay. And then again, notice here on the left side, on the left side panel, you have number of items remaining, number of incorrect versus number of correct. So there. Cow is baka. Okay.
Chicken.
Chicken is manok. Okay. Diba? We learned a lot of new words today. Okay. So there, I get an overview of my progress. Okay. As a
Hey.
student. Okay. So again, if I want to do this again, I can go back anytime. But if I'm done with that, I'm happy with my progress there, and I just want to learn how to spell. Okay. So type what you hear. So what do I hear? Okay. Wait. This is cow is supposed to be what? What if I type cow as well? What happens? Uh-oh. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, what to type again for practice? Baka. Yep, it's green. It's correct. Okay, then I can move on to the next. Okay, so again, it's the same thing. There's always a way for you to tell your progress. There's a summary and overview, and a way for you to recheck. Ang saya, diba? So your mom, so the moms and the dads, they don't have to drill their kids anymore. They can do this now. You can set this up for them. Okay, the test. Okay, this is fun. The test now, yeah, parang actual exam siya, right? So cow, okay, it's baka, okay. Multiple choice, fish, because there's a picture, it's gonna be easy, okay. True or false? Pig is manok. Oh, true. Okay. Baboy, chicken is baboy. False. Okay. Let's check the answer. So now it's giving me an instant feedback. Okay, I got that. Number one correct. Number two is correct. Okay, there. Number two, I got this wrong. I got this right. Right. Okay. Now, and my grade is 75%. Now, if if I want to print this out and submit this to my teacher, if I'm the student, if you require your students to submit their, for example, their best scores, okay, then click print test. It will give you an opportunity to print this as if it's a real worksheet where you can sign your name with a grade. Diba? You're not going to grade them anymore. You're not going to check anymore. Tapos na siya. And you can save this as a PDF. So, diba? Cool. And then they can email this to you, or they can submit this to, if you're using Google Classroom, they can submit this to Google Classroom, or if you're using an LMS, they can submit it to that as well. So fun, diba? Let's look at the last two right here. You have match and you have gravity. See match, okay. If you click on match, it's a matching game. Okay, make everything disappear. Let's start. Okay, so I'm gonna match the term with the okay. What if I say, oh, manok and cow? Oop, it rejects it. It marks it red and doesn't move on. It doesn't disappear. If I go baka and cow, oop, it disappears because it's correct. Okay, and I have here my best time and the time ticking now. Okay, so let's do this really quickly. Pig. Okay, manok is fish. Nope, nope. Chicken is manok. Yeah, there we go. And is that is fish. Okay, there we go. And then it tells me my best time, 28.1 seconds, and I can beat my own record and play again. And there you see you have a leaderboard. So you can challenge a friend or you can see how well you're doing against everyone else in the class. There. Isn't that isn't that great? You don't have to create the quiz anymore. Or you don't have to create a game, a separate game anymore. Okay. The gravity part, this one is really speed and accuracy because it's sort of like a game. It's protect the planets from incoming asteroids. So get started. Okay. And the answer I want to answer in Filipino, and the difficulty just it's just about the speed of how things progress. Let's go with medium. Okay. And you have your grading options. Okay, require one answer only. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay. Let's go. Okay, watch out for red asteroids. If you miss a term twice, they will destroy your planet. Oh my god, I can't make a mistake. Or I can't make two mistakes. I can make one. Okay, so let's see. Okay. What if I panic and I type, chicken? Hindi nawala, diba? What is chicken? Manok. Oh, there. Ha. Okay, save. Next. What's coming down? Okay, pig. Ooh, I panic again. I type pig. No. Pig is what? Pig is baboy. Okay, there. Ooh, save. But what if I don't really get to answer? Like, what if I keep typing fish da? Fish da. This kid doesn't learn. Hindi niya magets ang fish. Manok, baboy. I tried everything. Okay, what if they spell isda like this? No. There. It's telling me, I made one. Okay, one incorrect. So the correct answer is isda. Remember, tandaan mo, Diana, you need to do weather. Okay, and I need to type it so I remember. And then again, here comes another one, and another one, and another one. So you can pause the game at any time. So if the student feels anxious, they can pause it at any time. They can restart if they want to. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. This is very formative, isn't it? Because it gives the student chances to fail, but it doesn't really mark them. It's nothing permanent because it's part of the learning process. Isn't this fun? Okay, so again, this is not just for kindergarten. I actually see this. Honestly, when I first saw this, the first application I saw was for medicine students. Kasi I have a sister who is a doctor, and she used to study all these terms, all these words, all the parts of the muscles or whatever. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be really so much easier if they had this, right? She wouldn't have to, hold the dead frog up to my face and just point and memorize. It was so bilis. Pag ganito, they don't have to kill a frog to learn about the frog. You can do math here. Okay, so let's go back to my presentation. Okay, so again, one of the nicest things, that's why I featured this one, because I really wanted time for Quizlet, is because this has an app that you can use offline. So even if, for example, the internet is erratic in their area, they can download the sets that you create in their mobile device, and even if there is no internet, they can do drills, they can answer, and once they go online, everything syncs back, right? And especially when you're using their premium account. If you're a paying customer, then all the features will be available to you, right? Isn't this wonderful? You can work offline, diba? And the apps are free. So let's do a summary of the pros and cons and the use cases for Quizlet. So it's very easy to set up, as you saw. You hardly need a tutorial to do this. You just have to, click here, click there, look at how things are going. If you don't want, you can delete stuff. Yeah, it's fun for all ages. I actually had fun testing this or doing this. It works well if you're doing this individually or even for group study because they can challenge each other. And comes with a free mobile app. And wonderful, it works offline. It's offline capable. Yay. Okay, but the con is, it's once you log in for the first time, your 30-day premium trial starts if you're an educator, if your email address is .edu.ph. So you get access to all these wonderful features, but it's telling you that after 30 days, you're going to have to pay or just disable it. Okay, or they're just going to stop giving you the premium features. And the dashboard, the analytics, even the feature where you can record your own audio, those are for the paid account. Okay, so yun lang yung con. Because naghahanap buhay din sila. Okay, and this is actually targeting much more of the lots than the higher order thinking skills. But again, it's up to you. I really do feel like it's up to the teacher how they create their questions. Kahit multiple choice lang yan, or true or false. If the question is crafted really, really well, then There's no reason for you to say na it's just for lower order thinking skills. They can do critical thinking with those. Okay, but the use cases I think of here, yeah, you can use this for language learning, for learning foreign languages. This is going to be perfect. Um, or yeah, for younger kids, for math drills, like for foundation math, yung mga ano times tables, additions, that's gonna be great. Or like if you're practicing for a competition, this is gonna be great. Yeah, even for exams, nakikita ko siya pwede siyang gamitin for board exam review. Even, di ba? Sa dami ng terms na kailangan mo tandaan. Or kailangan maintindihan na terms, at kailangan mabilis ka. Yeah, and this is going to be really great if you want them to create their own sets and share with the others. So you can empower them to test each other. Diba? Wonderful, right? Next. Okay, number 2, Flipgrid. I have to do this really quickly. I might not be able to do a demo now because there are a few more. But okay, Flipgrid is really important. I want to feature because it allows you to do an easy video assignment. And video assignments they don't just have to be give your insight on something. Yeah, you can ask them to reflect, you can ask them to explain certain things or demonstrate certain skills or tasks, or just do creative expression, whatever that the subject may ask for, or whatever the outcome may be. You can do this on Flipgrid. Let me show you a quick video of this. I hope the audio plays.
Welcome to Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a simple, free, and accessible video discussion experience for pre-K to PhD educators, learners, and families. In Flipgrid, educators post discussion topics, short videos.
Oh, hold on.
To get
Okay, let me try and do that again. Okay. I think I have. Okay.
started, go to Flipgrid.com and click Educate to sign up to create a free Flipgrid account with Microsoft or Google. Once you've signed up, start the discussion by creating your first topic. Your topic can reflect on a chapter of reading, demonstrate an exercise routine, share a hypothesis, anything. I'll make this as simple as share one of your favorite discoveries. Add anything you want your learners to review prior to responding, such as links and videos, to foster enriching inquiry. You can also set the maximum recording time and choose to moderate your topic, meaning video responses will be hidden from your community until you remove them. Your topic is private to your learning community. Add the email domain of your learners, that's everything after the @ symbol in their email, or create a student list for younger learners. Add a guest password if you want to invite families or experts into your discussion. When you're ready, share with your learning community. All they need is the team code. They can enter the code on the free Flipgrid app or on any computer with a webcam via the Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome browser at flipgrid.com. You can also copy and share this Flipgrid join link wherever you connect with your community, including Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, and Remind. After clicking the unique link or entering the code, your learners will log in either with their Microsoft or Google account or the ID you created for them. Once in, they can see your prompt and access the text with a powerful immersive reader. And when they're ready, click record to add a video with the simple, fun, social media style Flipgrid camera. Share these steps with your community by sharing the Getting Started Students video. For more ideas on how you can use Flipgrid, check out this video series.
There. Okay. So let me move on to the next. Okay. Yeah. So Flipgrid. I'm not gonna do a demo anymore because we're running out of time. But Flipgrid is really really good because yeah, it's very easy to set up again. And there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube that you can watch if you need it, but I don't think you do because it's very simple. Okay. it has a built-in easy-to-use video editor. I've tried this one. It comes with filters. So para siyang TikTok, para siyang social media. Ang bilis gumawa ng video na very dynamic. May animation, may frames, may filters. And they can do the video editing right there and then. Kahit tayo, no, when we give our prompts, our video prompts, it's gonna be easier for us to edit. We don't have to use a separate software or separate application to edit our videos. You can record it right there and edit it right there as well. And nakita ninyo, no? So pwede siyang mag-prompt discussions, and the students can submit. You can limit the time, the video time of the student submissions. And you can invite parents in as well because, well, we just really need to be careful, right? So the parents can also see what's going on and they can look at the reflections. And you can control who sees what. Okay, so there. So yeah, it's a very inclusive tool for learning, and it's more exciting because the students actually get to do stuff and create stuff instead of just simply just answering synchronously on Zoom. So there. But yeah, the con is it requires consent from students and parents or guardians because it's a video. Kita yung face nila, yung identity nila na expose, right? So there. And yeah, the con is when you're doing the free, it's the data does not belong to you. So when you create the videos, it's up there on Flipgrid. The ownership of the videos, I think that's something that you have to look into. Okay. But yeah, you can do this. This is going to be really great for, like, again, language teacher ako, sorry. So language practice, this is good because you can hear the students, you can see them talking. You can make corrections based on what you see, as if magkaharap kayo. It's really good for sign language as well. So in Bidil, we have a deaf school. So we are very, very conscious of their needs. And I found that Flipgrid is actually a really good tool for sign language because it takes them more time to sign than for us to give an answer verbally. So this is much more freeing and much more inclusive for them, even for my students. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, reflection videos, demo lessons. You can do your demos here if you have to demonstrate something, or you can ask them to do a demo as well to see if they have acquired the skill. So there, and also this is an exciting tool. So please explore this one. Okay, next. Okay, PearDeck. PearDeck is actually also really good. I don't know if this has been featured before in other Globe e-Skwela sessions, but PearDeck is so cool. It's an interactive tool that you can embed or add on to your Google Slides, and it makes your presentation instantly interactive. Students can draw, the students can answer right there, or like they can slide stuff, they can answer, and you can see it on your dashboard as they're answering. So pwedeng ginagamit nyo to during a Zoom session synchronous with your students. And you can watch the students answer their progress. You can check everything. Or you can set this for later. You can create this presentation so they can learn this asynchronously and answer asynchronously and send the link to them and they can answer it whenever. You don't have to be online all at the same time. But again, the problem with this is I think the asynchronous part, those features, are only available once you're a paying customer. So, and it's an annual subscription that they're asking for. I think it's $145. So, pag-isipan niyo kung worth it siya, kung gusto niyo siya gamitin. But for me, it's really nice. But you don't need to do the free. You don't need to pay. Kung ako, the free will work. Okay. Let's see. This is an intro. There we go. Yeah, so that's a quick run through of what it can do. Um, let me, okay. So there. I found that PearDeck was really, really exciting because it has templates already ready na siya, and all you have to do is drag it to the slides. I think I can show you really quickly right here. So I opened up a Google Slides. It's an ordinary Google slide, but I already added it on. So gumawa na ako ng account sa PearDeck, and I already added it sa document add-on. So it's already here. So if I just click open PearDeck add-on, mag-open siya dito sa right side, sa right panel. Okay, and there. So if I want to explore, yeah, you can explore this if you want, yeah. But again, the add audio part for paid. But from the template library alone, marami ka nang pwedeng gamitin. So I really, really love this because it gives you a structure to your lesson. So you have your lesson builder. So for example, for the beginning of the lesson, you can add a text slide like this one. So yeah, as you come in and get settled, follow these instructions. And if I want to use this, all I have to do is drag it. I don't know if, did I, or sorry, yeah. Medyo may lag lang. Yeah, there you go. It's already there, diba? And then I can edit the questions. I can customize it to however I want to use it. But I don't have to design the slide anymore. And then from here, yeah, what did you learn from the homework? Yeah. So again, click, lalabas na siya dyan. There you go, diba? And then edit from, let's say I want to change this from today's session. Okay, so the students now are going to be able to type in their answers here, and I'll be able to see it in the dashboard. But more than that, more than like giving the structure or helping you structure the lessons, kasi ang maganda niya, nagtuturo ka, at the same time, you can put in slides that are intermittently that require them to answer, require them to input something. So you can check talaga kung nakikinig sila, or if they're having trouble with something, they can ask you, or you can track like what's going on in their heads as if magkakasama kayo talaga sa room, diba? And what I love about this is the learning development part, the critical thinking and the social emotional learning. Okay, so critical thinking, yeah. So make connections, yeah. Consider different viewpoints. This is so important nowadays to build this skill, yeah. Step up the solution. I observe, like let them give their input. I wonder if, yeah, how might we? This is such a design thinking question. Like how might we? Blah blah blah. So kayo ang magbibigay ng challenge sa kanila, di ba? Para sila ang mag-isip, hindi puro tayo nag-feed. The social emotional learning part, I really love this one because I think ito yung mga nakakalimutan natin sa sobrang gusto nating mag-focus dun sa content. So yeah, maybe at the start of the class, a moment of silence, or how about this one? This is an important question. What is filling your bucket today and what's draining it? Para naintindihan natin kung anong nangyayari sa kanila, 'di ba? And they feel like we really are concerned. So hindi yung tayo nagtatanong lang for the sake na magtanong. We really want to know. So if you put this in, they get to put in their answers. Everybody puts in their answers. Everybody has a chance, and you can track it. You can see. And they're participating. Kahit pa sabihin mong naka-off yung video nila or naka-off yung microphone nila because they're conserving their internet connectivity, their bandwidth. Kasi mahina, but they can you just give them the link to this, they can answer with you. So there, diba? May stress check pa siya. What do you think about this topic? Can you imagine someone having a different perspective than you on this topic? So it's teaching them how to respect other people's opinions, how to take criticism, how to take in a different opinion. Regarding the certain topic, describe a perspective different from your own. Imagine if somebody felt differently. Empathy, diba? Active listening. So ang daming, so yan. Ang daming yung pwedeng gawin na that hits a lot of of the important things that we need to be teaching our students, especially these days. So ako, I'm particularly happy with PearDeck, because they're able to give the teachers this kind of tool. Okay, so there. But again, look at the pros and cons, and try it out for yourself. You don't have to use it if you don't like it. Okay. Last but not the least, I'm gonna do this really quickly because I'm over time. Okay. Si Kahoot. Kahoot, I know for some of you, maybe you already know this. It's a gaming tool. It's very interactive, and they need to be paying attention to perform well in the Kahoot game, because what's on the screen of the teacher is different from what appears in their device, and there's a leaderboard, and it's really quick and it's really dynamic. It works well for all ages, kahit matatanda na po, nagpapakamatay sila para manalo sa Kahoot. Okay? So it's really good for synchronous kapag sabay-sabay kayo sa Zoom. But now, si Kahoot, they have come up with asynchronous features. So pwede nang i-assign nyo siya. So I'm gonna skip on this video now. Okay? But I will show you my Kahoot. I created one, for example, synonyms and word substitutions. This is a 20 question game, so to speak. Yeah. But I can invite people by giving them the URL or pasting this into my learning management system or putting into Google Classroom. Just give them the game pin and they can take the test now. You can see, if people are having difficulty and what questions are the usual downfall or pitfalls of our students. Who needs help? You can see it here. My dashboard na siya. Who didn't finish it? Oh my God. Okay. And I can assign a deadline. I started the challenge last night. And I set it for October 31, 12 noon. So there. And I can change the deadline if I want to. I can end it now. I can challenge myself, right? And you can do social sharing. So it's such a powerful thing. Ang dami pong pwedeng gawin, ang daming dynamic interactive activities that we can do for our students. And yeah, like for example, si Kahoot, ang maganda sa kanya, yeah, it's very easy to set up again. Again, baka relative ang very easy. But again, for all the four I've mentioned, you can type them all on YouTube. There are a lot of tutorials there. Napakadaling sundin. Okay. Yeah, there are also a lot of prepared materials that you can already reuse. Even for Flipgrid, for Quizlet, for Kahoot, marami na rin yan. What's the other one? For PearDeck. Well, for PearDeck, it's the decks that are prepared na, diba? So you don't have to do everything from scratch. You can reuse what someone else has posted in public and then use that as a prompt for your class. And for Kahoot, what I love about this is that the student data is exportable on Google Sheets. So if you're compiling grades, you can use this, export nyo lang. Pag natapos na nag-end na yung activity, get the Google Sheet version of the data, and then put that into your grading system. Or use that to consult with your students if you want them to improve some more, right? But the con is, if you're going to use Kahoot, it's going to take up a lot of your bandwidth, especially when you're doing it live with your students. So, kailangan maganda ang internet connectivity ninyo, and even with your students. Baka ma-frustrate sila kapag mahina yung connection nila at di sila makasabay. Okay, so there. And the free account only allows up to 50 players at a time. So if your class is more than 50, hindi lahat makasabay-sabay na makaka-join. So you can use this for quizzes, for polls, or even just to have fun in your class, just to check what they learned at the end of the session or towards the end of the session. This is going to be really useful and really helpful. Yeah, but always remember, I'm nearing the end, okay? Always remember that when we do assessments, it's not about the tool. Baka kasi masyado tayo na-excite sa tools na nakikita natin na, pwedeng gamitin ang galing-galing. Okay. But don't forget that at the end of the day, we are outcomes-based. We are talking about achievement of outcomes, because the outcomes are supposed to be geared towards preparing them for the future, for real life, for work life there. So wag nating kalimutan yon. Outcomes first. Do not sacrifice your outcomes just because you want to use a certain tech tool. Also, be very, very clear about your purpose before using a technology tool or an application. Again, it's not tech over pedagogy. It's pedagogy over tech all the time. Okay, um, and again, don't use too many tools at once. In my job, when we support our teachers and when we train them, I think they get too caught up in in the tech, no, dun sa hindi ko alam paano gamitin or sobrang dami na overwhelm na ako. Don't force it. If you are comfortable with just one tool, then dun ka muna, but think how you're going to ask the questions, think how you're going to engage your students kahit low tech yan. Even before me, I used Excel, Microsoft Excel, to gamify my entire class. So meron akong leaderboard sa Excel lang, 'di ba? And I just constantly post like screenshot post to my students para lang ma-update sila. Kahit low tech 'yon, ano siya, it's not something that a lot of other teachers are doing because hindi nila naisip, no? So ako kasi, before I thought of the tool, I thought of what I wanted to do. Think of what's available to me. What am I comfortable with? At that time, I was only comfortable with Excel. So, yun ang ginamit ko. And it worked. Simplify it, okay? And of course, pace yourself. Don't force yourself to use all these technology tools all at once. Do it one at a time. Learn what you need to learn when you need to learn it. Katulad ng mga estudyante ninyo, you don't cognitive overload din po kayo, magkakaroon kayo ng anxieties at baka lalo kayo ma-turn off sa gagawin ninyo. So pace yourself. Know your pace. Go with it, okay? Then push yourself a little bit at a time. And you'll be fine. You'll be just fine, okay? So again, if you have questions, you can email me at dianailachera.co@pinil.edu.ph. And I turn it over now to you, Mark.
Thank you, Diana. Your presentation actually made me miss the classroom. So this is something that teachers and even parents can explore in their homes, most especially those who are doing homeschooling, because these are some tech tools that teachers can use, parents can use in order to make learning more fun, of course, for the kids. Question though, there's a phone-in question though. If, say for example, I'm a public school teacher and I want to avail of these tools, would you recommend me buying licenses or would you recommend me using the free versions first?
Okay, I would recommend definitely the free. I work in Benilde, but hindi porket Benilde kami ay puro per paid, no? We have to be prudent sa panahon ngayon. Find what's free. Look at what features are available to use sa free version. Kung wala doon, I'm sure may ibang features sa ibang yung features na yon meron sa ibang apps. Like promise, all you need to do is really look and Google and do your research, no? So ako talaga, I would say try the free first. If you're happy, kapag feeling mo wagas na yung magiging kaligayahan mo. Kapag ka nag-paid version ka, kasi magkagawa mo na lahat ng gusto mo, then go right ahead. Pero again, sa panahon ngayon, you can't expect your administrators to foot the bill for you, di ba? So, lalo na public school. Nako. So, pag-isipan natin maigi, try nyo muna yung free. Walang masama sa free. Promise. Even other providers, they come to us. I might as well say, si Panopto. I don't know if you've heard of it. Panopto is like parang a private YouTube. So, medyo mahal siya. Pero ang ganda ng features niya. So we've been telling them, we've been talking to them for years. Diretso sila kumakausap sa amin na ito ayaw ninyo, ganyan, maganda siya. So kami parang maganda nga siya pero ang mahal niya. We can't afford it or we can't let our students pay for it, parang unfair siya. So parang we have to talk about the realities of the pandemic and its effects to the school, all of us, ganyan. And now, you know what? Si Panopto, they have Panopto free. Meron silang free version. And they're actually encouraging us to abuse the free version. Tas, so 'di ba nakakatawa kasi kapag ka iniisip ng mga tao na parang if you pay then it's gonna solve all your problems. Actually no. At saka these providers, these app developers, these companies, they know the dire situation that we're in. So mapapansin nyo yan as time moves on. I don't know how long it's gonna be or how soon, pero nakikita ko nag-evolve yung mga laman ng mga free. Like for example, kay Kahoot, I've been using Kahoot for more than 5-6 years now. Dati wala siya yung asynchronous. Talagang pure game lang siya. Tapos nag-i-evolve na siya because it's listening to its customers. It's listening to the needs of the teachers, of the community who are subscribing. So, at nagigets nila na not everyone can pay. But they want Kahoot to be used by the world. Brand, din kasi yun, di ba? Parang brand recognition, brand awareness. So, they're gonna put more and more stuff dun sa free version. So, ang akin, talagang exploit nyo muna kung ano yung libre. Walang masama, walang mali.
That's true, actually. Also, for those who are struggling in using technology, I think one of the best things is to really explore muna which tools work for you. Because as educators, we want the best for our kids, but of course, we have to think of ways on how to maximize learning and how to utilize all these tools that are available online. It does not necessarily mean that it's a platform that most people use. You have to use it again. Paano kung hindi naman pala applicable in your own classroom? So that's one thing. So since we're talking about assessment, so one of the things also that they're asking would be rubrics, because again for the schools, they have standard rubrics or measure how they measure learning. So we were talking about discussions earlier, and of course Socratic thinking, and all those short video reflections and assessments. In terms of rubrics, Diana, one of our audience is asking, do we follow or do we create our own rubrics, or do we follow rubrics that are standard? What is your suggestion?
Okay. Okay. Well, it has to be a balance, 'di ba? Tignan niyo kung ano yung nire-requires din sa inyo ng institution ninyo, kasi baka naman gumawa kayo ng mga sarili ninyo tapos hindi na pala siya naka-anchor dun sa outcomes ng school, sa outcomes ng program, 'di ba? Dun sa direction at mission mission vision ng school ninyo. That's also important for you to consider. I honestly always tell the teachers, look at what the program says first. If you have program chairpersons, go to them, or head teachers or your principals, ask them kung sino yung superior ninyo. Tanungin ninyo, kailangan ko po bang gamitin ito? Kung kailangan talaga, sundan natin siya. Pero kapag you know what, if I would say yung rubrics natin, we can always tweak them para maging mas friendly for our students. At ginagawa natin yan dati, Mark, 'di ba? So merong mga standards that we have to follow, but especially for formative pa lang naman, when we're building skills pa lang, we can set rubrics or translate so to speak the rubrics to language that they really understand. Sa akin walang mali yun yung sisimplihan mo para naiintindihan nila. Diba? Kunyari, instead of yung levels of achievement mo, instead of excellent, ganyan, merong or poor, or middling, meron kang sakto lang, yung mga ganon. Kasi nagigets nila yung terms na yun diba? And it makes it more fun, more exciting, and less stodgy, less formal. But hindi mo pa rin naman sinasacrifice yung outcomes at saka yung standards na hinahanap mo. Sisimplihan mo lang, you make it more accessible for them to really understand what they're being assessed on. So yun. Again, check with your program chairpersons, check with your head teachers, with your coordinators, confer with them. When in doubt, sila talaga yung unang dapat yung tanungin para hindi kayo malagay sa alanganin.
Yes, that's true. Actually, I remember making several rubrics for classes, and then I just pattern it based on what the institution is giving. Of course, there's a standard rubric, but that we have to follow as teachers. Pero yun nga as teachers tayo nakakakita kung ano ba yung applicable for our students. So that's one thing that we need to also consider. And another question is, should students be part of the assessment? So anong take mo doon, Diana? Kasi later I'll share our experience, no? Because this is one thing that most teachers would probably ask themselves now. Parang, kailangan ba parte yung estudyante ng assessment nila or pag-evaluate? So, what's your take on that?
Okay. First, dadagdag lang doon ako doon sa rubrics before I answer this one. Kasi, I remember, di ba, nang ginagawa natin before, yung rubrics, kahit meron ng binigay na rubrics sa atin, it's still really good practice to negotiate the rubrics with your students. Yung like how they're gonna be assessed, how they're gonna be graded. So ito yung standard, okay. So sometimes pati yung descriptions, we give time and present it to the students at the start of the class or before the activity is to be done. We present it to them. Ito yung hinahanap natin. Ano ba to? Realistic ba to sa inyo? Kasi sometimes yung rubric na yon for one section, pwede siya. For the other section, kahit pareho lang sila ng inaaral, medyo mahina kasi itong grupong to. So, are we setting them up for success or failure? We want to set them up for success, right? And build their confidence. So, baka naman we can negotiate on the rubric for that, for those sections para lahat sila, they feel like it's an even playing field, diba? So, yun. So, that's my take on the rubric. On the assessment, should students be involved in assessment? Kung formative, yes. Maganda siya. Because they're still negotiating meanings. So magandang marinig mo yung insight ng peer mo at hindi lang ng teacher mo. Who's to say na tama tayo at mali sila? Baka nga minsan mas malinaw pa sa kanila or mas maganda pa yung pagkaka-share or yung insights nila, no? And when we allow them to share, we can also see how they're thinking, how they're processing. Ay, teka muna, parang mali yung logic nung batang to So I can now go in and do certain corrections while we still can. Diba? At kapag sila yung nag-uusap, natututo silang mag-isip for themselves, like to think for themselves, which I think is a very, very important skill na nawawala. Okay? We need to have them learn how to ask questions and ask the right questions. Kasi yan yung mga napansin ko dati, nung nagtuturo pa ako sa classroom. Nagtatanong sila pero parang ang babaw ng mga tanong. Bakit ang babaw? Pero may mga batang pag nagtanong naman ng iyong iba ang lalim, wow, ang ganda ng discussion. Nakakamangha. Teka muna, kaya pala nila. Ang iniisip ko, baka hindi lang nasana yung mga bata na magtanong or magkaroon ng voice. Or 'di ba, yung parang baka dati rin-write off lang, puro stupid question, kaya natatakot sila. Pero sa panahon ngayon, when everybody has a voice on social media, isn't it important that our students learn how to really think critically so that they are able to decipher between fact and opinion, that they're able to also express themselves in a logical manner, hindi lang yung nakikiride lang sa bandwagon kasi yun yung naririnig nilang popular opinion. I do believe that everything starts in the classroom as well, diba? In the homes, in the classrooms, foundations kasi tayo So if we don't encourage that in some way, in one way or another, ang estudyante natin yung talo. Again, that's not to say na every time naman na may assessment tayo, may students ang mag-a-assess, no? Hindi naman ganon. Lalo na kung summative na we already know the standards. So, ito na yung susundin natin. Pwede yun na we set the standards for the summative. But for the formative, I highly encourage. Kung kaya, let's involve them.
Thank you, Diana. So in addition also, like when we try to involve our students in the formative assessment dun sa pag-grade na makaklase nila, no? This also provides them the liberty or gives them the freedom and the liberty to actually give parang that sense of confidence whenever they interact with their classmates. Kasi importante yon when you're inside the classroom also. Like the students will have to feel welcomed and will have to feel I also I am also part of this particular ecosystem inside the classroom, that I have my voice to share also with my classes, with my classroom, in my classes. So maganda yung makakapag-comment din sila, yung maganda yung makakapagsabi din sila ng mga ideas nila about sa performance, say for example, ng klase nila, or if it's a group presentation, they'll be able to critique and give builds on the presentations of their other classmates. So yun. So thank you, Diana, for gracing our e-Skwela episode today. So we're already in the 12th episode of e-Skwela. So we have three more to in this season. Um, for those who have asked questions, we will be directly contacting you one by one. So we have five winners today of 300 Globe prepaid load. We will be sending the prizes to you guys. Thanks to our prepaid team for sharing. Most especially our national trade marketing team. Thank you for sharing your prices with us. And we hope to see you, everyone, in our next episode of eSkwela. This is actually the first installment of assessment, because by next month, November 12, we'll be doing eSkwela 13. And we have invited speakers also from the British Council to talk about assessment as well. But this time around, focusing on particular methods that they will be using inside the classroom. So stay tuned in the next episodes of eSkwela. So I'm Mark Avalos again. I'm the Secretary for Education, and see you guys and be safe. Thank you.